Hey, Rod, Jeff here. How are you, my friend? We're back for another episode of
Lockdown
Sports.
Over exuberant announcer of ours.
He kind of sounds like somebody who's in the Redskin, I should say the Foreskins front office right now with all that hot water.
Oh my God, that Washington football team. I guess
Jeff Young, perfect nickname, the Foreskins. I'm telling you right now, that helmet so fits that operation.
There's no question about it. And they've asked the NFL to investigate these clowns. And what a disgrace. They are the Foreskins. Balls out.
They are the Foreskins, aren't they, man?
They are.
And we got 8 days till football, but let's talk baseball, man.
Let's talk baseball real quick, and then I want to get to those NBA playoffs because, man, there is some serious excitement in the bubble. But let's talk about the M's. They've been they've been busy. Holy crap! I mean, I can't keep track of who's coming out and who's coming in.
Jeff Young, the revolving door continues. Okay. Out goes 4. I believe out went 4, and we got 6. Now, one of the players that we traded, ironically, Austin Nola was a guy I had a lot of confidence in. Okay, a catcher, found his bat in Double-A ball, but we traded him. We also traded a pitcher. One of the, to me, he was supposed to be one of the bright spots in the bullpen. Jeff Young, there are so very few bright spots in that bullpen, which brings me to Marco Gonzalez, pitching a complete game. The first Mariner pitcher, I have to give him props, okay? A complete game by Marco, who is arguably the ace on the staff. Now, he pitched a complete game because after 8 innings against the Angels, including, by the way, the dreaded Mike Trout bat, as you know.
Oh, well, it was scary, but I got to hand it to him. That kid was looking sharp, man. He threw some nasty off-speed pitches that just hung on the corner of the strike zone. He had those batters just baffled, but I got to tell you, I think we were all puckering up a little bit when he had 2 men on base, and here comes the Trout man, the big fish.
Here comes Mike Trout. Here comes Mike Trout to do what Mike Trout loves to do against the Mariners. Let me tell you what I know about Mike Trout, man. Jeff Young, Mike Trout could be on life support in a hospital. And Joe Madden, the Angels Mariner, would walk into the hospital room and say, Mike, can you hear me? And Mike Trout would be barely breathing. He'd say, Mike, you got to understand something. Guess who we're playing this weekend? We're playing the Seattle Mariners. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, yeah. Raising up like Frankenstein from that bed and coming to the park to inflict damage on us. Instead of being home changing diapers, his wife just had that baby. I told you this. Ridiculous.
And as soon as he comes out of the dugout, it's the Mariners who are going code blue.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Get the crash part.
But listen, we traded a catcher. We had a complete game by Marco, who I'm sure said to the manager, okay? By the way, Scott Survey keeps that mask all the way up here, Jeff Young. You notice that? The mask is way up here because he wants nobody to see the shame that's on his face sometime. Okay? Right. But he came to him between the 8th and the 9th inning and said, here's the deal. You cannot, under any circumstances, put any of those clowns in the bullpen on that mound to completely poop up that masterpiece that I'm attempting to paint out there right now. And they let him go out there, and with 2 on and Mike Trout at the plate, Mike Trout hits a laser to third base. We end up with a double play, and then the dreaded Albert P steps up, and he pops up, and we win the game. And now, of course, this week, as we tape, we're on COVID lockdown. Oakland, who couldn't wait for us to get to town, has got somebody in their front office or somewhere within the organization who has tested positive for the dreaded COVID-19. So,
well, why is it that the Mariners can't get a couple of bonus wins from Major League Baseball for staying clean? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Since this team has absolutely, in terms of all the protocols, done the right thing and tested clean so far, and as bad as Oakland beats us on a regular, shouldn't we get some kind of moral victory for hanging out in that COVID-infested town right now, waiting on the Texas Rangers?
Well, we should, but, I'm thinking, maybe one of the reasons we're COVID clean is you have to have some kind of contact to get the COVID. But you know what? I'll tell you what, real quick, though, Austin Nolan, man, that catcher he was a real popular player in the clubhouse. And I was kind of sorry to see him go, but once again, the Mariners ship out our talent in return for this famous player to be named later, and I think we got a shot of the player that we're getting in return for our catcher.
Oh, Lockdown Sports is good. We always get the scoop, Jeff Young.
Yeah, here it is. Here
we
he
gotta,
is. Right
we got to look at this player, this catcher to be named later.
Here he is. If it just kind of begs the question. I mean, you look at the misery and the disappointment season after season with their club, and now they're asking us to be patient for 2 years on the rebuild.
They're asking us to wait until 2022. By the way, there is one of the players that we did pick up in the Nola trade who was coveted, apparently, by Jerry Dipoto, Mariner GM Jerry Dipoto, okay? Taylor Trammell, who, by the way, was the MVP in the Futures All-Star game. And dig this, big stud player who played for the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Did you hear what I said? The name of the team he played for, the San Diego affiliate, is the Sod Poodles, which apparently is the Prairie Dog or something. I don't know. But yeah, so he came from the Prairie Dogs to the M Dogs. But in any case, the guy's obviously got a sense of humor because Mariner manager Jerry Dipoto placed a phone call to Taylor Trammell. And he says, Taylor Trammell, this is the GM, Jerry Dipoto of the Seattle Mariners. Welcome to the M's. To which Trammell says, pardon? And Dipoto buckwheated big time on the phone. He was probably like, and then he says, didn't San Diego call you about the trade? Now dig this, 15, maybe 20 seconds goes by. He's letting Dipoto sweat on the phone big time. Dipoto's like this on the phone. And then he finally says, oh, I got the call, man. I'm in, thanks.
Wow.
Nothing like breaking the ice with the GM right away.
Right. And
right away.
And it makes me wonder how Jerry Dipoto is able to convince some of these players to come play for the Mariners.
Yeah. I mean, exactly what would be the hook? Exactly what would be the hook?
I don't know.
What can we promise them? What can we promise anybody coming to this town to play for our baseball team, Jeff Young? Can we promise them the big red balloon? What can we promise them?
That's exactly what they're going to get, and that in an Ivers basket. But I don't know.
Listen, we're down to 8 days before NFL football, man.
Hey, before we get to the NFL really quick, man, let's talk about this NBA. I'm so pleased with the way they have handled this COVID. This action in the bubble has been over the top. Game 7 last night, Nuggets become only the 12th team in NBA history to come back down 3-1 in a playoff series, beat the Jazz. And you were telling me that there was, the last 30 seconds of that game was incredible. What was even more incredible is you had hit me to the fact that there was a bettor made the largest bet in on a single money line game down there in Vegas, $500,000 straight up for the Nuggets to win that game.
That's right. No point spread, nothing. Just a straight up win. I've got $500,000. I've got $500,000 on the Denver Nuggets to beat the Utah Jazz this evening. And as you know, what must have been going through his head the last 30 seconds of that game?
Well, let's take a look at the 30 seconds and what do you think was going through his mind? Here we go. And right now, it looks like he's popping out the champagne, right?
Oh, yeah, but suddenly he's turning around thinking to himself, first and foremost, how the hell did all these people come into my suite? Who are all these drunk, stupid people hanging out in my room?
Oh, and here we go. Here comes Connolly for the desperation 3, in and out.
Cancel that shrimp platter. Get all these people out of here. I'm playing Michael Corleone right now in Vegas. I don't want none of these people. What? We won. Champagne, everybody!
Help me, I'm half off the ledge. I think he had 1 foot off the ledge. I think he had taken the elevator to the roof of the Bellagio. When they came back, the Jazz were down like 17, 18 points and came storming back. And man, it was exciting all the way out. And I'm just pleased. Nuggets are the only dog I got left in this fight with my connections to Colorado. But West Coast basketball, man, it's going to be monster. They're going to meet the Clippers.
Yep.
And then we got a game 7 tonight that'll be playing while this is airing.
Yep.
Houston and
The Oklahoma
OKC, and,
City Thunder. Yep.
there's not a single Northwest sports fan who's rooting for the Oklahoma Carpetbaggers.
Oh,
Which
is it
just
not
drives me-
amazing how still, Jeff Young, how amazing is it that we are still so butthurt about our beloved Sonics leaving town?
Especially when they rolled out with those jerseys the other day that had the green and yellow colors.
Yeah.
You know,
That was really that was a slap upside the head, big time, man.
but I hope to God they're going down. But I got to tell you that the hustle play of the last couple days was that game 2 nights ago. They played when what's his name? And here's the funny thing about that series is you've got the two superstars, former superstars from Oklahoma, now playing against them, right? With Harding and Westbrook. And Westbrook looked terrible, man. Turnovers that game 2 nights ago. He comes down.
7 turnovers, man.
He comes down top of the key. I'm going to show you this hustle play here. He comes down, shoots a jump shot. It's an absolute air ball. And all of a sudden, Harden runs in and makes a play to keep possession. Check this out. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that something, man?
Wow.
Yeah, off Gallinari's legs to regain possession, but they blew it at the end. And this game's going to be interesting tonight. It's like whoever can hit, because they don't play much defense, but they sure like to take the long ball. Let's talk about the Seahawks. Like you said, 8 days away from opening kickoff. I can't wait, even though they're going down into Atlanta, which is one of the COVID central areas.
Yeah. I don't like there's no fans in some stadiums and fans in other stadiums. I told you before, man, I think that's so unfair. And apparently if they're gonna have crowd noise at the Clink, it's gotta be consistent the whole game. So
there's talk about they're not gonna let us pump in that much crowd noise. And of course, you know, I think we might see a couple fans sneak in like this one right here. But it's going to be strange. But I got to tell you, man, Seahawks are looking good. You know.
Oh, I like us, man. I like us. And you know what I really like is the probability that we'll go twice a week with Lockdown Sports once football season starts, because we will have so much more to talk about. And as we both know, man, fingers crossed that this season can play to conclusion, and B, that we have a competitive football team that has us really on track to do something special come January and perhaps early February. So that's what we keep our hopes pinned on.
Absolutely.
The baseball team has told us we must wait and be patient. And what that means, as we both know, Jeff Young, is that means that my AARP card will be good to get into the games, perhaps via the wheelchair ramp. You know what I'm saying? This is cold, a bowl of chili.
It's cold.
As a Seattle sports fan can be served, man. Consistent cold bowls of chili.
And my hat's off to the hardcore fans that just year after year keep the faith, keep the excitement. But I got to be honest with you, man, we got to get somebody with a personality like Lou Piniella back in managing this team. We got to have something that's going to give us hope that things are going to change. This Scott Gervais, I don't feel any optimism from him. It's I know they've got some good players. They've got some good players in the wings. But I don't know if he's the man that's going to be able to get the most out of him.
Well, and you know what? I've to be honest with you, I've never thought he could fire up a barbecue pit. Okay, really. And you're right. We need somebody with the fire of a Lou Piniella who could really be a motivator to the players. There's a reason that the Angels signed Joe Madden. All those years that Cubs fans waited to get a World Series, who was the manager when they finally won the World Series? It was Joe Madden. You know what I mean? And what's amazing is with that lineup that they have, they're in last place. The last 10 games, our guys have played 7-3 ball, man. Okay.
Yeah, we're out of the basement and actually sitting right in the middle of things.
Hey, looking more and more like they might make me shut up about that, possibly not winning 20 games this season.
Yeah,
I might have to take that. I might have to take that over under, Jeff Young, to about 22 or 23 games.
I think so. But we got a lot to be looking forward to. Like I said, NFL's around the corner, and of course the NBA playoffs are exciting as ever. And I think this is the first week I didn't watch any kind of ridiculous lockdown alternative sports on TV, and so I'm grateful for that.
Did you see the first play of the college football season that resulted in a touchdown, by the way?
No.
The very first play of the college football season was last week, and it was, and I forget who was playing. You know, forgive me for that part, but the first play went for a touchdown, and it was an incredibly electric play. And, you know, with minimal fans in the stands, surreal. But you can tell these guys so much want to get out there and impress the pro scouts, because that's what this is all about.
And not only that, did you notice ESPN was running high school football this last weekend? And,
I saw that.
Boy, I'll tell you what, nobody was that big when I was going to high school. These guys,
no,
huge.
No, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing, man?
It really
They
is.
are bigger. They are bigger. They are faster, and they are much, much more apt to get a shoe deal worth way more money than we could dream about making our entire lives.
Oh yeah,
because of the new world of sports, man. And God bless.
Some of those Texas high school teams could put up a good fight against a college team. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's no question. There's no question, man. Come on, high school football in Texas is a religion, Jeff Young. You know that.
You bet it is.
Come on, man.
Well, listen, my friend, I don't know what else is on my mind. You got anything else you want to talk about?
You know what? Go Hawks.
Come on, man.
I'm excited they went and got Paul Richardson. I think that was a good move. All right. Waiting to see about Josh Gordon. I saw where Josh Gordon pawned, or I shouldn't say pawned, but had his Super Bowl ring that he got $138K for at a sports auction. Yeah. By the way, meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs, and I hope you can find some footage of this, the Kansas City Chiefs got their Super Bowl rings at practice today. They unveiled the Super Bowl flag, championship flag, for the fans who were at the practice. And dig this, Mahomes took the opportunity to propose to his girlfriend. So he got two rocks. He got the Super Bowl rock, and then the rock he put on his girlfriend's hand. And then dig this, Andy Reid was sporting his along with a mask. So he got this red mask on. You know I love Andy Reid, man, okay?
Right.
He's holding up the Super Bowl ring, and it's this ginormous piece of jewelry on his finger. And you know what he said? He said he's going to take it around town and see where he can get free cheeseburgers. Here's a man not worried about his cholesterol, and he sure as hell ain't worried about who's playing quarterback, because that's number 10, and he gets things did, all right?
Oh, yeah, he can. Although we got to hope for, you know what happened is the same thing that happened when Russ got married. You know, production dipped a little bit for those first couple honeymoon months. Let's hope the same thing happens to Mahomes.
Well, we'll see, Jeff Young. We know he's going to spend a lot of time on his back, and that's not necessarily being sacked in the backfield. You know what I mean?
Still moving, he's gonna go! 1, 2, 10,